Hello everyone, this is Eagle Owl. Today I'd like to do a video on whether or not you are natural or enhanced if you are taking Sarms. And it's probably a little bit more going into it as far as giving it thought than what people realize. Um, the old school definition of are you natural or enhanced was very simple. It was very cut and dry. Uh, the old school definition was basically went like this: if you take testosterone replacement in high dosages, if you're taking any kind of steroid, if you're taking HRT, then those people are enhanced, and everyone else was considered natural. We didn't have as much technology in the health industry, the diet, the health, what am I trying to say, the supplement industry. We didn't have as much technology as we do now. And so now there's a lot more things on the market that give you clear, obvious benefits above and beyond what you would normally have gotten without them. So I just want to basically get people to think, and not so much this is how it is, cut and dry, but just to get you to think a little bit on where we're at with this, and how do you define who's natural and who's enhanced. Um, so basically, like I was saying about the technology and supplements and the diet industry, how it has advanced so much. A lot of stuff that you do will, in a sense, enhance you. So it's like you got to draw a solid definition of enhanced now, because there's a lot more stuff on the market than back in the days when it was just steroids or no steroids. If you're taking a solid quality diet, and that solid quality diet allows you to get leaner than you would have been on an average diet, if it allows you to get leaner and your metabolism rate is elevated, and that allows you, and you get more muscular, and your body reaches a level better than what it would have been had you not been on a quality strict diet for a year, 2 years. Have you enhanced yourself? Have you done something to make your physical makeup, your capabilities, your body, your health, have you done something to make it better than it would have been had you not been on that quality diet? I mean, that's kind of like an entry level example. Then you could say creatine. Creatine, I don't know the exact year that it officially hit the market, but I first heard about it around 94, and I started taking it since 94, and I've been taking it off and on since then. Well, I know for a fact, for anyone you talk to, and from my own personal experience with creatine, is the amount of strength gains I was getting, the amount of added muscle, the ability to do more reps than I was doing before, all began to accelerate after a small period of time on creatine. After many months, I started seeing all that advance. So me taking the creatine, I personally feel that enhanced my abilities without a doubt. If you look up the definition of enhanced as far as not related to the bodybuilding industry, just like a dictionary, enhanced basically means to something that takes something and allows it to be a better level than it was before. If you're enhancing something, you're making it better than it was before. And then another example is if you guys remember the baseball player McGuire. I forget his first name, but he was the really big dude, really buff, almost looked like a bodybuilder. He got in a bunch of trouble for taking androstenedione. Well, a few years before he got in trouble for that, you could go to any local nutrition store right on the shelf in plain sight, and you could ask for a bottle of Andro, and you could buy it. And back in around 1998, someone made me aware of Andro and how it benefits you. So I went through a couple bottles of it. And when I went through those bottles of it, during the time I was taking that, I hit my absolute max bench press, which was 290 for a rep. And I've never been like a big guy, usually somewhere in the 180s. With very small bone structure. My wrists are very, very small. And so a few years after I was buying it right off the shelf, then professional ball players are getting in trouble for taking it. It gets banned from professional sports, and then it eventually gets banned from society in general, where you can no longer purchase it. So there's the argument there that when I was taking that, you could say, okay, so you were enhanced. Now to the topic at hand that we're originally getting on is, are you enhanced or natural if you take Sarms? I'm going to bring up some food for thought, and everyone can make their own decision, but I'm just going to give my own personal thoughts on what is taking place with Sarms and how we define whether you're natural or enhanced. So when you take Sarms, to some level, your natural production of testosterone will begin to lower. Now, before I get all the comments in the bottom, I'm going to say that they don't typically lower your testosterone level as much as steroids, and they don't lower them as much as steroids, and your body bounces back way quicker than when you're on steroids. Now, that being said, I am fully aware that if you take one of the weakest steroids on the market, and I know what it is, but the name is slipping me at the moment. It's an oral one. If you take one of the weakest ones on the market, and then you take one of the strongest Sarms on the market, and compare the amount of suppression that your body has, they're pretty close to being the same. But you still bounce back quicker from Sarms, and plus most people who take Sarms don't take them day after day all year long without a break, because a lot of people who take Sarms are people that are a little hesitant to jump into the whole steroid route. So that being said, if it has some similar effects as steroids on your body, and you're able to get more muscle, more power, more size, if steroids do that for you and Sarms do that for you, do we make the argument that steroids, the person on those is enhanced, but a person on Sarms is natural? They're both giving you similar effects. And like I said, if you take one of the weaker steroids and one of the stronger Sarms, your results are pretty close to even. But in general, as an average, you get better results from steroids than on Sarms as an average. But like I said, there's exceptions to the rule. So it's just food for thought to think about. The same way a lot of laws in the cyber world, like on technology, a lot of laws have not caught up to technology yet. So they're constantly making new laws because of how technology is moving faster than the laws. That same thing is happening with the supplement industry. The definitions of who's enhanced and who's natural, and sometimes the laws also, they're not catching up at the rate that technology is expanding. So I'm not going to say that my answer is the be-all, end-all answer. This is just something for people to think about, and you can debate it in your own mind and talk about it with your friends. But in my opinion, in my unprofessional opinion, if you are taking Sarms for any period of time, I'm kind of leaning towards saying you're not really natural. because you're getting very, very obvious, substantial uh, gains that you would not have gotten had you not been on those. Now, it's not like a magic pill. It's not like, 8 weeks of Sarms and now all of a sudden you went from the guy on the beach who gets sand kicked in his face to now you're Tony Atlas, muscle bound, the Hawk. It's not a magic pill. Actually, nothing is a magic pill. Whatever you're taking, if you sit on a sofa every day and watch TV and you take that item, you're not going to magically become a big muscle dude. You got to put in the work yourself. And if you actually go in the gym and you actually push hard and you push serious and you push with intensity, and then you take something that assists you, helps you recover more, or helps, feed your muscles, whatever the case may be. If you take something that is helping you out, you still got to put the work in, but that thing that's helping you out is allowing you to go further than you would have had you not been taking it. So just to kind of recap, I'm like, people are still using the old definition of whether or not you're natural or enhanced. And then when the topic of SARMs comes up, they don't really know, they're not really sure what to say about it. Because it's like I said, we're trying to catch up to technology. But like I said, I feel like you kind of are enhanced. But it doesn't fit, like I said, the old narrative. Anybody on the planet that was in bodybuilding 20 years ago, if you say enhanced, their brain interpreted that as you saying, are you on roids or not? Well, like I said, now the list of options and technology has expanded way beyond roids. And I watch a lot of people that have talked about the different things that I speak about, and I listen to their input, and I throw out the bad info and hopefully keep the good info. And hardly anybody on YouTube is like directly saying in plain English, if you take SARMs, you are enhanced, or if you take them, you are not enhanced, you're still natural. Hardly anybody is saying that. One guy that says it occasionally is Greg Doucette. He's a IFBB pro bodybuilder out of Canada. His subs are going way up. He's like at 400,000 subs. He says if you're taking them, he does not consider you natural anymore. But I'm not going to go on and on about the video. It's just something to think about, how technology in the supplement industry is exploding in as far as knowledge, the same way it is in inventions and electronics and everything else. And we probably need an updated definition of what makes a person enhanced or not enhanced based on where we're at now. And this is Eagle Owl. Thanks for watching.